There's a verse in the Bible that's been debated for centuries, a verse that's mysterious, controversial, and even a little terrifying. When human beings began to increase in number on the earth and daughters were born to them, the sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. Genesis 6:1-2. Who were the sons of God? Who were the daughters of men? And how did this union lead to the birth of the Nephilim, ancient giants? Let's take a deeper look at one of the Bible's strangest and most misunderstood passages. Genesis 6:1-4. Here's what it says. The sons of God saw that the daughters of humans were beautiful, and they married any of them they chose. Then the Lord said, My spirit will not contend with humans forever, for they are mortal. Their days will be 120 years. The Nephilim were on the earth in those days, and also afterward when the sons of God went to the daughters of humans and had children by them. They were the heroes of old, men of renown. So who were the sons of God? There are two main views, and both have deep roots and strong opinions. The first view is ancient and supernatural. It says the sons of God were fallen angels. This view goes all the way back to Jewish writings before the time of Jesus, and it's echoed in the book of Enoch. According to Enoch, a group of angels called the Watchers left their place in heaven, came to earth, and married human women. Their children were the Nephilim, violent giants that helped bring on the flood. Now, Enoch isn't part of the Bible, but it does show how ancient readers interpreted Genesis 6, and the Bible does give some support for this view. In Job 1:6 we read, Now there was a day when the sons of God came to present themselves before the Lord, and Satan also came among them. In this context, sons of God clearly refers to angels. Then in Jude 2:6 it says, The angels who did not keep their proper domain, he has reserved in everlasting chains under darkness for the judgment of the great day. And in 2 Peter 2:4, If God did not spare the angels who sinned, but cast them down to hell and delivered them into chains of darkness. Many scholars believe these verses are referring to what happened in Genesis 6. But there's another view, and it's just as important to understand. It's called the Sethite view. According to this interpretation, the sons of God were the descendants of Seth, Adam's godly son, and the daughters of men were the descendants of Cain, the ungodly line. So this story becomes a warning. When the righteous mix with the unrighteous, trouble follows. In this view, the passage is not about angels marrying humans, but about spiritual compromise. Those who support the Sethite view often point to Jesus' words in Matthew 22:30. He says that in the resurrection, people will not marry but will be like the angels in heaven. So if angels don't marry, how could they have done so in Genesis 6? That's the big question. The angel view explains the strange result. The Nephilim as literal giants born from a supernatural union. The Sethite view sees the Nephilim as possibly mighty warriors or corrupt rulers, not giants in the physical sense. So, who were the Nephilim? The word is sometimes translated as giants, but it may also mean fallen ones. Genesis 6:4 says they were the heroes of old, men of renown. And in Numbers 13:33, the Israelite spies say, We saw the Nephilim there. We seemed like grasshoppers in our own eyes, and we looked the same to them. Whoever they were terrifying. So which view is right? Were the sons of God fallen angels, or were they the godly line of Seth? Here's the truth. Both views raise hard questions. The angel view fits the language of Job and Jude, but it requires a supernatural event that's hard to explain. The Sethite view makes more sense to our modern minds, but it struggles to explain why their children would become giants. At the end of the day, the core message remains. Something serious and deeply wrong was happening on the earth. So serious, God said, My spirit will not strive with man forever. And then came the flood. Genesis 6 isn't just about giants. It's a warning about what happens when evil goes unchecked, when boundaries are crossed, and when mankind turns away from God. But even in the darkness, God was preparing a way forward, a way through judgment to redemption. So who were the sons of God? Maybe we don't have all the answers, but the question leads us back to the heart of the Bible story. God sees, God judges, and God saves. Want more strange but true Bible stories? Subscribe to Biblically Curious.